let's get started. We're going to start seated actually, so you can have just a nice neutral position. Legs can be extended, legs can be crossed, just find something that works for you. And we're just going to start to ground your tailbone into the mat and start to find some length through the crown of the head. Shoulder blades are dropping down the back. And I want you to start to pull your belly button in towards the spine and lift the muscles of the pelvic floor. So everything's scooping in and up, and you're just finding some natural length. So try not to over extend, but just find some natural length as you breathe in. Scoop the tummy muscles. Again, let me know if you can't hear me. And the music sounds quite loud, but it's on the same settings that I usually have it, so it should be fine. Take a deep breath in and just relax the shoulder blades down the back. So some of you might be feeling stressed with the announcement yesterday. So use this opportunity to take a few deep breaths, reset, recenter. And at the same time, you're pulling in, you're lifting the muscles of the pelvic floor. So creating that strong foundation in your core, finding that strong center. And always return into that strong center, knowing that it's there for you. So mentally as well as physically, building that strength. Take a deep breath, relax the shoulders, and again, pulling in and up through the core. And we're just going to do some seated cat-cows to warm up through the spine. This is a little bit of yoga combined with Pilates. So we're finding that length. If you want to, you can lift the ribs slightly, you can look up towards the ceiling. And then scooping the tummy muscles round through, pull the belly button towards the spine, tuck your chin, and rounding through. Finding some length, shoulder blades down the back, leading through the crown of the head. Scoop through the tummy muscles, round and release. Breathe, shoulder blades down, finding your length. Scoop, round through the back. And we'll go one more time. So again, lengthen, breathe, try and keep that engagement the whole time, and then scoop through the tummy muscles, round through. Gradually bring yourself up to seated. Again, just relax the shoulders. Bring yourself round so you can place your feet flat onto the floor. Knees are slightly bent. Again, we're finding that length through the body. Pull your belly button in. Reaching those arms up to shoulder height. Imagine somebody's pulling on your fingertips. Just going to ease the elbow back to look over your shoulder. So keep everything nice and high. Reaching through the fingertips, stretching back to neutral. Switch sides, scoop the tummy muscles, pull the elbow back, look over your shoulder, and then reach the arm back out. You're going to keep going in your own time, keeping it smooth and controlled, maybe using your exhale as you make the movement, your inhale as you come back to neutral. Exhale, scoop through the tummy muscles, pull the elbow back, find that gentle rotation, and a reach. Now if you want to, scoop through the core, you're pulling back, easing yourself back to where you can. Use the core muscles, so everything comes from that engagement of pulling in and up. Leading with the elbow, and that roll back is optional, so if you want to, focus just here. Your legs can be straight, you can always take the legs straight if you don't want to have those knees bent. If you're adding that roll back, have a slight bend into the knees. And again, I'm going quite slowly here. You can speed it up as long as you keep control. Pilates is all about slow, controlled movements, maintaining your technique, maintaining the engagement of the core as you go through each exercise. So again, pull the belly button in, keep the core engaged, pulling back and coming up. So using those core muscles. Now gradually coming up, release those arms, roll those shoulders around. You can always take those knees out to the sides and stretch over those legs. You might feel the hips in this position. It's quite a strong position, and those hip muscles can take over. So pull the belly button in, again lift the muscles of the pelvic floor, bring yourself back to this position. Now if you want to, you can place your hands behind your thighs. Again, pull the belly button in towards the spine, lead back to where you can. If you get to the point where you're kind of crunching in, you're rounding and you're using the tension in the upper body, then you've gone too far. You want to go back to that point where you can maintain the core engagement. You can keep some length into the upper body. If you want to, you're here, taking those arms out ahead of you. Scoop through the core. Now if you want to, you can add those legs in. You're just keeping the knees in line, but extending the leg from the knee, using the core. Again, scoot back a little bit further. Use the support of the hands behind the thighs if you're struggling with that roll back. Make sure you're breathing. It's easy to hold the breath, trying to engage. That engagement should be all those internal muscles, so you should still be able to breathe nice and easily. Imagine somebody's pulling on your big toe. Shoulder blades down the back. Point through the feet. Keep the core engaged. Keep it going. 8, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, let's release out of that. Go to where you can. Stretch over. Breathe. Now let's come around to a side lying position. So taking your time, hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Just rest the head however it feels good. So you can always place the head down or find a position, maybe use a cushion. Scoop the tummy muscles. So this time, same thing, you're pulling the belly button in, lift the muscles off the pelvic floor. But imagine you're trying to lift the waist up and away from the mat. So imagine you're trying to make a gap between the waist and the floor. Extend your legs, look down, you should be able to see your feet. So point through the toes, engage, hand down in front for support. I'm going to bring that leg up, if you can, so the foot is to the knee. Squeeze the bottom, open out the knee. Now you may be here, you may be all the way open. Range of movement in the hip is different for everybody. Extend your leg, flex the foot, and squeeze down. Neutral position as you come down. In, scoop the tummy muscles, open, point through the toes, extend, flex, squeeze down, rotate that leg as you come down to neutral. So we're coming up, scoop through the core, open the knee, doesn't matter where, extend to where you've opened to, flex the foot and squeeze down. Go at your own pace, but keep it smooth and controlled. If your range of movement is quite small, so if you can only open out the hip to there, you're just going to extend the leg to wherever that hip and that knee is open to. Breathe through, scoop the tummy muscles, really good one for your hips. Extend, flex, and again. Coming up, squeeze the bottom here, scoop through the core, make sure the core stays engaged, extend, flex. I'm going to do one more repetition. Here we go, bring it up, open out the knee, extend, flex, squeeze down. Can we just do one more? Just feels right to do one more. Open out the knee, we're going to extend, flex, release down. Let's bring that knee out in front, give it a rest. You might feel the hip muscles working with that one, so rest out to where you can. So check time, I always get carried away. So I have got carried away. Let's go to the other side. Coming all the way through. So bringing yourself up and over, bringing those legs around. We're going to do the exercise on the other side. So we're scooping through those tummy muscles. We're extending those legs, point through the toes. Everything is scooped into the core, hand down in front for support. We're coming up, squeeze through the glutes, open out the knee to where you can, and each side may be slightly different, so you may have a different range of movement. So we're coming in, scoop through the tummy muscles, open out the knee, extending through, flex, lower down, point through the toes, coming up, open, squeeze through, extend, make sure you're engaged through the core and you're working through each muscle in a controlled way. Squeeze and open as you extend, point through the toes, then flex, squeeze down as you come through neutral, coming up, open out, squeeze, extend, flex, and down. We're going to do a couple more repetitions. Coming up, open out, extend, flex, lower. A few more. Coming up, open, extend, flex. We're going to go one more time. Ready? in, open, extend point, flex, lower. Shake it out. Bring that knee in front if you want to. Take your time. Bring yourself up to seated. And give yourself a round of applause. Just a few basic exercises there. And I always get carried away, so you're going to get more value every day with these 10 minutes. So this is a really great foundation for you to warm up the body, but also to build that core strength. So remember, join me every day, either live at 7 a.m. If you can't do the live at 7 a.m, then please catch up with this later, because movement, even if it's just for 10 minutes, can be so beneficial for your mental health as well as for your physical health as well. So especially in these tough times when maybe you're stuck at home. So make sure you do catch up with these 10 minutes and do them every day with me.